Hi guys, just bringing you a little update. I've rehoused my Acanthoscurria geniculatas into these. Sorry there's not a lot of light, and got a lot of piles of tarantulas going on up here. They're not going to stay that way, just for the time being, while I sort out some more space. As I upgrade them into these bigger containers, of course they take up a heck of a lot more space than these, and the Acanthoscurrias were in these ones, and I skipped these and just stuck them straight into those because they're just growing like crazy. OBTs, the webs are just unbelievable, and the Pyramini in there, two of them have molted, one last night. Also, I got Pecocerides here. This is Pecocerides number 1. This is Dozer. And that is number 2, I believe. Yeah, number 2. And this one just molted last night. I don't know if you can see the size difference. Doesn't appear much in the video here, but there's actually a fair amount of size difference. Not sure if I'm going to get a sex out of this molt or not. Looks a little beat up. I've just opened these. Yeah, that molt's chewed right up at the abdomen, right where the opening would be. Anyway, they're looking great. I'm just going to give them some water here before I close them up, but before I do that, bring you down here. Grab my light. My brush decided it wanted to come too. Maybe that means I'm going to need my brush. These are Lasidora parahybana, which you can't see yet. I don't know if you're going to be able to see them. Lighting is just horrible in here. There's my other light. This one here, as you can see, molted, and again last night. And then there's this one over here. This was what it used to be. This one's due to molt as well. I'll try and get these up in a better light. This guy's just full of vinegar. But the size difference is just huge on these guys. It's just absolutely huge. The other one could fit on that rock no problem. This one here would overlap it. And that's just one molt. They're both due to, like this. This one molted as though this one's going to molt here pretty soon. There's the other guy in there. He's also due to molt. And these guys down here, which you can't really see. The Difficilis. He's just in there by his water dish. These guys both, well, that one's molted. The first one here, and the second one just sitting there on the side. He's due for a molt. He's going to be absolutely huge when he molts. He's a little bit ahead of all the other ones. So, anyway, there's that. And of course there's the Stromatopelma calceatum sitting in his little statue, and he won't ever come out. He must come out because there's feces on the wall. You can see it there on the window. Just on the side there. So he comes out when I'm not looking, obviously. That little bowl is full of mealworms, and that's his water dish, which needs to be filled again. So, got a little bit of work cut out for me, but they're all growing pretty quick, and the Pyraminia are looking great, but they they don't want to come out. And this guy's got a little cave in there. I'm not sure if you can see. Sorry about the camera. There you go. Kind of goes right through. He's sitting right in the middle, but I'll never get him out of there. And there's his molt in the far corner. He spit it out, and there's a leg down here in this corner. But yeah, they're doing well. Dozer's got his butt up in the air. He's all ticked off. This one's here is a little lethargic. I gotta get it misted down and fill its water dish up. It's completely emptied it, and I just filled these up last night. Brand new bottle caps and filled up with water. It's just so hot here, it just evaporates. And they've been drinking like crazy. Anyway, oh, there's a molt up here. Oh, that's the one I just showed you. Leave it in there for now. This guy here is munching on a mealworm. That's one of my Awapalosums. And I've only got these 10 left to get out of the small containers. And then another 10 in these containers that I need to upgrade. I should have 3, 6, 7, 8. Which means I'm going to have to go and get another 20 containers. I'm just going to put them straight into these. I like these containers the best. These actually are really good to work with. A lot more floor space for them. And they're easier to just maintain overall. And I find that there's not a lot of fungus growth. And I've been changing these out like crazy because for some reason everything that was on this shelf started getting fungus. And that's due to the fall coming up, end of the summer, usually into August, mid-August around here. The mushrooms start sprouting up everywhere. So fungus spores floating through the air. Of course, they're going to get in here no matter what you do. So yeah, I've been changing them out. Easiest way I find to get ahead of the fungus is to actually stick your nose in there and smell the enclosure. If it smells like a mushroom, change out all the soil, change out everything, sterilize the container, run it under hot water. Put in new substrate, new water dish, or sterilize the water dish if you've got a fancy one. If it's just a bottle cap, turf it. But yeah, lots of changing these guys out. I almost lost one of my teas, but I did manage to get it back. It was barely moving. Next day it was fine as soon as I changed it out of there. But there's book lungs will fill up with spores from the fungus and suffocate them, literally. And if they get that much buildup in there, it starts to, you can't breathe, you can't move. That's just simple. There's one of my OBTs in there. Sweet. Haven't seen these guys in a while. Oh, he's fat. I think these guys are due for a molt as well. They're about 2.5 inches maybe. This guy here, I mean, if he was stretched out, he'd be close to 4 now. 3.5. He's looking really good. He's got that kind of a star shape on his carapace now. It's getting a little pronounced, that coppery look. A little more red on the abdomen. Oh, this one's still looking a little dark. It's got a little bit of red on the abdomen, but now it's going to look really great when they all molt. peak Sincerities. They're great teas. Great eaters. Always out, always doing things. And this one's looking a lot quite lethargic. So I'm gonna wet down everything in here. Get a little humidity and a little drink. There we go, see? He's right in there. Just one day is enough to get him in that much shape. Like, he molted and you can see him walking. He's having a hard time. Must have had a hard molt. But this container would look like that 24 hours ago. The water dish was filled up and I had sprinkled water around the enclosure, and it's completely dried up since then. So I'm gonna do the same with this guy. Right in there having a drink. Oh no, he's climbing. That guy there, he's drinking for sure. Oh, sorry guy. There we go. He's actually got his legs up now and he's moving right. There he goes. Back down for another drink. Yeah. Hot days, people. You have to check your teas. All of them. You know, make sure that, I know it sounds stupid, but get in there and smell the container, smell the enclosure, make sure, you know, if you see any white dots, that's mycelium growth. And it'll, for one little white dot that you see on the surface, it's got 2 inches of mycelium growth underneath it. That little white dot will eventually pop up into a mushroom or a cluster. Or some kind of fungus or mold spore. Yeah, he's just sucking up everything he can out of that soil. I like to get it over top the dish. It's time to. Come on now. Yeah, he's full of vinegar now. I'll give him 2 water dishes there. And a little mist. Yeah, misting your teas won't hurt. They live in the wild. They'll get rained on. And they can absorb that moisture. Now, I don't suggest doing this in the times of the year when it's really humid. But if it's dry, you know, and hot, I would make sure that your teas have all the moisture they need, all the water. You coming out for a little walk, buddy? Alright, go back in, Dozer. I don't want you threat posing me and giving me a nip. Oh. Alright. That's been a long time since I've held this guy. Such a devilish monster these guys are. I don't suggest anybody holding their teas, especially if you're afraid of them. More than likely you're going to hurt your tea. And that's not a good thing. You're just going to crawl right up my arm, aren't you? Alright. Just going to pause you. I got to get him off me. Alright. He's back in his home. Yeah, but I don't hold these teas if they're agitated or in any way looking like they're in a threat pose or have their chelicera open, or showing any signs of striking. You really need to know what state your tea's in as far as attitude and tolerance before even attempting to handle them. And really, you should have a lot of experience before you attempt it, especially a tarantula like this. These are known very well for their bad attitudes and for striking at anything that moves. These guys just are quite lethargic right now, probably due to the heat. And this one was really thirsty. I'm not going to attempt to hold this one. It's molted within the last 24 hours. But Dozer here, he seemed okay, and he was climbing out on his own. I wasn't pushing him out. You notice he just walked out on his own onto me, and I put him back the same way. I did not push him, I did not prod him or poke him. I let him climb onto my other hand from my arm, and then I just put it on the side here, and he walked right in. And it may take time to get him back into the enclosure, but don't poke them. They could very well turn around and nip you. So either way, I don't suggest anybody holding their teas. Like I said, especially if you're afraid of them or you don't have any experience. I've been doing this for over 30 years, so I have a little bit of foresight into how my teas are, and what type of mood they're in, I guess you'd say. I'm not sure if that's the right word, if they have moods, but anyway, they're looking great. Yep. So that's it. That's my update. All of them are doing good. Like I said, almost lost that one to fungus, so it's that time of year in the northern hemisphere. So if you're noticing mushrooms sprouting up outside, then the spores are in your house. There's no way to avoid it. So keep an eye on your enclosures. Make sure you get in there and give them a sniff. Make sure they're not kicking hairs. You don't want to stick your nose in there and take a deep breath while they're doing that. But just gently, you'll smell it. It's quite strong, and if you've ever smelt like a money's mushroom or anything, they're quite strong, so you can't mistake the smell. And if you do smell it, it's better that the tea is in an empty enclosure like this with just plastic or paper on the bottom for a day or two or a week until you get new substrate than to leave it in there with substrate that has fungus in it, because it'll kill them, and it'll kill it fast. In a day, 2 days, it will be dead. It doesn't take long. As soon as I noticed that smell, I took it out, and I had checked it a day or two. I'd never go more than 2 days without checking my teas. So it had gotten that bad that it was barely moving. So I had to clean it out. Anyway, I'm rambling now. Yeah, sniffle, sniffle. That's the hairs. Alright guys, you all take care, have a great day, and bye for now.